Onetv special report.
Thank you, Honorable Ko, of your manifestation. Yes, any reaction?
Honorable Sir, if I may,
Honorable Majority Floor Leader.
the second of all legal disapprove our ordinance number
Section.
35/2025 on section 1 relative to the imposition of 10% on retailers tax for gross sales of 40,000 or less. This is the uncontested portion of our ordinance, Honorable Chair, because nobody objected to this during the public hearing. What was contested was the rate above the sales of 40,000. So I am surprised why this was the one approved. Nga wala may object unta. Ang nagubot mo tadi sa
During the public hearing.
40,000
Wala niya
or more gross sales. So I was surprised. Anyway, I will go to the merits of the case, Honorable Chair. The approval of the silver legal was based on the premise that our 10% tax on 40,000 or less is unconstitutional based on this constitution and jurisprudence, and citing in the resolution number 8046, the case of Dilema versus City of Manila, GR number 222886, October 17, 2018. Because in the Dilema case, Honorable Chair, the City of Manila charged 10% also, same as ours. From 1%, this charge 10%. So, the silver legal made it same circumstance as our ordinance, because we charge also 3%. Honorable Sir, in the City of Manila case, Dilema versus City of Manila, the Supreme Court said the charge from 1% to 3% is excessive. It is confiscatory, arbitrary. It's more than 200% increase. And that's why the Supreme Court said what the City of Manila could charge is only not beyond 2.20%, because the law allows the LGO to charge 2% for 40,000 and below, and 1% for 40,000 and above good sales. I hope my colleagues will follow me, because I admit I'm not really good in explaining, like our colleague Honorable Ko, who is a former teacher, is very good at relaying the information. Although I admit I was a teacher for 3 years in the College of Law, MU, but I'm not really good as expert as Honorable Ko. So I will try my best to explain.
Yes.
So
Okay.
Supreme Court said that City of Manila could not charge more than 2.20%, because the law says, Section 191 of Local Government Code, the NGO could only increase every 5 years and not more than 10% of the rate as found in this code. So 1% to 10% is really excessive. Mahal kayo. So 2.20%, muna maingon ang sagwiban, we are unconstitutional kay sobra kaman atong gisarge. But I am not persuaded, Honorable Sir. Due to why? Because in City of Manila, the increase 1% to 3%. Sa tuwa, lahat man, our previous tax is not 1%. If you verify our previous code, Honorable Chair, our charge for
1.1%
no,
below 200,000. Below
no, please, let me continue. The charge on under little D on retailers, 3,000 to 400,000 is 11,140. 11,140 divided by 400,000, this is 2.70%. So our previous ordinance is 2.70% of the gross sales of 400,000. While City Manila, 1%. Hindi sila 3%. Ato 2.70%. Gives to 3%. Only a price of 0.22%. Gamay na edibensya. So our increase of 0.22% is not excessive. It's not arbitrary. It's not confiscatory as defined our Constitution, Honorable Sir. And besides, Honorable Sir, the rate of 3% is allowed by the local government code because the law says municipality can charge 2% for groceries of 4,000, but a city could charge maximum of not more than 50% of the rate of municipalities, meaning we could charge 10%. It's admitted by the SP of that we could charge 10%. We are allowed by law. Only that atong increase is mahal, excessive, which is not. Kay 0.22% that increase. So this jurisprudence of the dilemma of city is misapplied in our case. Dili applicable ang case sa dilemma with City of Manila. Okay. While City of Manila charge 1 to 3%, we charge only 2.70% to 10%. Gamay na to increase 0.22%. So, di mahal na to increase 1%. So, along this line, I maintain that our ordinance, the isang ordinance is legal, it's not ultra-virus, it's constitutional, and within the bounds of the local government code, Honorable. So, the remedy under law, if the second legal was disapproving our ordinance, the city could override disapproval by 2/3 vote of members of city council. So I recommend now that we'll override, due to the reasons which I cited a while ago, that ordinance is legal, it's not unconstitutional, and within the bounds of law. So, unless my colleagues have any other remarks and observations, I move on the motion to pass a resolution overriding the approval of the second legal of ordinance number 1354/2025, for the reason that ordinance is not ultra-virus, is constitutional and in accordance with the bounds of law, especially the local government code of 1991, section 191 of the local government code of 1991 on the motion, and I yield to my colleagues for any comments or observations on that.
Any comments before passing the
Or any
motion?
inquiry to this representation for my
There's a motion from the Honorable Majority Floor Leader to override the disapproval of the disapproval of our ordinance number 1354, part of it, by Yes, disapproval. Any other manifestation? Any manifestation? There's a motion from the Honorable Majority Floor Leader to override this disapproval of our in part of our ordinance 1354/2025 as being explained by the Honorable Majority Floor Leader. Is there any other comment or some manifestation regarding this particular issue?
My colleagues could ask for any clarification. Honorable Chair, I will be glad
Yes.
to
Any other
clarify.
manifestation regarding this particular resolution to disapprove in part of our ordinance number 1354? However, our Majority Floor Leader have manifested to override this disapproval. Any comment?
Madam Chair.
Yes, Honorable Ko.
Thank you, Madam Chair. May I inquire if, considering that we are going to pass a resolution answering to the province decision, so for the meantime, what will happen to the computation of the business tax rates? Thank you, Madam Chair, the MFL. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Ko.
Thank you for the
Yes,
question,
please.
Honorable Chair.
Yes.
In the meantime, our ordinance will be
Prevail.
in a status quo.
Oo.
It remains effective, Honorable Chair, if we override the disapproval to our resolution, our ordinance will be good as approved by
Okay.
Supreme Paligan of Science President.
Is that clear by this August body? The manifestation of the Honorable Majority Floor Leader are also our finance head of the Committee on Finance that this our resolution to override.
If I may add, para maklipay ang mga the Supreme Court said, in the case of Dilima versus City of Manila, on the other hand, where the LGU decides to make such adjustment, meaning we adjust our tax code, the basis for the increase would be the prevailing tax rate. Prevailing tax rate, may basis. So, what's our prevailing tax rate? Katong iingon nyo nga, nag-start 11,140 sa 40,000 gross sales, which is 2.78%. May basis para ma-increase of 10%. So, 2.78 times 10%, qualified ta. Nata sa linya. Kaya nita po, sir, ang atong tax code is bucketing system. Bucketing. Nagtaas atong rate, nagagamay itong income. Unang, our attention was being called by the BLGF, Bureau of Local Government Finance, nga our tax is not progressive. Gusto nila says, taxes will be uniform, unequitable. It will be a progressive system. But our tax rates are not progressive. Unang ating ipakurikan. Unang ato lang pareha sa City of Manila, gusto ubang siyudad, nga 40,000 below, 1 rate. 40,000 above, 1 rate. Para wala na bucketing. Sa bucketing, muna yung kalangan na itong pagbayad o base permit. Kaya mabayad ka sa naon sa atong city service, pila mo income. Pag tanaw, asa nga bracket, mangitas bracket, compute pa. So langan kayo. Samtang kung usara atong rate, 40,000 below, o 40,000 above, dali na kayo. Di malangan atong applicants for base permit. So, we complied with the Ozamiz on the BLGF. Our thing was called last year during the exit temperance. with the Mayor's Office and WDF nga atong tax rates are not progressive. So, this was our remedy, and we thought we filed the correct one. We had the public hearing as required by law. We interacted with the businessmen. Honorable Co presided the public hearing, and then the request by the businessmen, they submitted the position paper, and what they argued was the rate on groceries above 400,000, not on the rate 4,000 and below. So tingala tanga mo ilang di sa po. Ay kung ano na yung mga yung something naglabi sa ISPE wa takablo kinsa. So di ka mo di sa po but I am not proceeded sa ilang rason sa ilang resolution honorable sir nga unconstitutional atong rate kay isip arbitrary mahal which is not ganit nobody objected. So that's why I now reiterate my motion on the motion. If my colleagues may consider on the motion to override the disapproval by the Assembly of orders in part only the portion of section 1 of ordinance of the tax rate of 10% on groceries of 40,000 and below.
Okay. I think
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Major Florida. Manifestation from Honorable Suizo.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. This representation would just like to seek enlightenment or clarification from the motion of the Honorable Tapayan regarding the overriding. If does what is its implication regarding our present tax system right now na kung atong i-override, still are we going to expose it or we still yet to get an approval after we override the said partial disapproval of the province?
What would be the
implication, Madam Chair?
Yes.
If we override the disapproval of the Second Panaligan, we need not have approval anymore.
It is good as approved.
It's good as approved. Ordinance is good as approved na. Di na magpa-approve sa Assembly no more.
Okay.
Unless one can file a case in court to declare our ordinance unconstitutional. Somebody will file a case in court, and I will be glad to answer them in court.
Okay, it is clear that our disapproval should prevail. Okay.
I don't have any objection on the motion for overriding, Madam Chair. I just have to, maybe there are clarifications that Sanggo and Panaliwagan needed to be clarified because it is just partially disapproved. Why not we could do parallel requests, like if we're going to ask for reconsideration from the Panlalawigan on their decision, maybe we could also attach the valid opinion from the DILG regarding the validity of our ordinance, as well as the opinion from the DOJ on why are we insisting the ordinance to be approved. With that, it could form part of our records that we have valid grounds from the DILG and the Department of Finance that our motion, our move, our measure is valid, and this is enough to support our validity of the partial disapproval, Madam Chair. It's just a suggestion.
Honorable Chair,
Yes.
the law provides for remedies for any action on a certain mission. The motion for resolution is not in the law. Nga kung isa po mag-motion for no, wala na sa balaod na mag-MR ta wala. What the saying of Kado is to override the ordinance if we find it not in accordance with law. So, if we delay our action, we might delay also the taxes will be due to us. Which ordinance, the measurements are already being issued. The last date for the issuance is last January 30. No? We extended it from January 20 to January 30. So, ang taxes, the lifeblood of any NGO, municipality or city, we need taxes. If we deliver there, kung ito pa sa DLG, Pinas, malangan ta.
Yes.
Let them file kasi in court, and we'll be willing to answer them, 100%.
Okay.
I am sure of my legal stand, that this ordinance is legal, constitutional, in accordance with the case this point cited, the Lima City is not applicable to our case in Ozamiz City.
Okay. Thank you very much, Honorable Majority Floor Leader, of all your assurances that our action is legal. Any other comment? No more? So it has been approved that we have manifested by the Honorable Majority Floor Leader to override the disapproval of our ordinance.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. We now proceed to number 7, quarterly report. Only of the assessment duly submitted by the OPCT Assessor as of December 31, 2025. This report is available at records of the Secretary of Sangguniang, and we furnished to anybody who wish copy of the report, Honorable Chair. In the meantime, I recommend that this will be journeyed to the record City Council, Honorable Chair.
Okay, item number 7, manifested by the Honorable Majority Floor Leader, that this be just duly noted.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Number 8, DLG Region 10 message dated February 2, 2026 with subject dissemination of MC 26-07 Third National Summit and Election of National City Board of the Local Legislative Developments. Again, unless my colleagues, my lady colleagues would like to comment on this, I also recommend that this item be just duly noted record City Council, Honorable Chair.
Item number 8, recommended that this be just duly noted.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Number 9, DLG Memorandum Number Circular Number 26-011 dated February 6, 2026 with subject prohibition on the use of government vehicles during Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays, except for official functions and duties. This is very important because it applies to us all. Honorable Chair, all public servants who have issued vehicles like us. So, we are being advised not to use our vehicles on Saturdays and Sundays and holidays except for official functions. I think this is self-explanatory. We know very well that our vehicles are for official use only. So, the LG remedy us to be cautious kay daghang balaod nga atong mabalit kung atong gamit atong vehicles on Sundays for fight process. Daghang balaod atong violate, no?
Any comment?
It is cited here in the memorandum by the LD. Daghang balaod ito ma-violate. 97 Constitution, Article 11, Section 1, Republic Act 6713 of Code of Conduct of Public Officials and Employees. Is the order number 292, Administrative Code 97, Commission on Audit Circular number 776, after order number 39, to December 15, 2008. So, these are the various laws and regulations which we violate if we use our government vehicles on Saturday, Sundays, and holidays. So, we have to be careful, especially that we are politicians and there might be some people who also are against our programs and policies, which we believe are all for the people of Ozamiz and Onetv, but we cannot win them all because this is politics. So I yield to my colleagues for any other additional remarks and comments on this memorandum. Very important memorandum, circular of the ALG. I guess my colleagues already understood this memorandum, so maybe I proceed. Number 8, committee report submitted. Joint Committee Report on Committee on Laws, Laws and Style, Committee on Public Courts and Infrastructure, Committee on Transportation and Public Utilities, Committee on History, Tourism Affairs and By Affairs, on our public hearing held last February 25, 26, on our proposed ordinance, providing for the naming, standardization of an official identification of all roads, streets, lanes, brook roads, alleys and pathways in Ozamiz City, and providing penalties for violation of promotion. With the kind indulgence of Honorable Lord Principes, the author of the ordinance, proposed ordinance, I move on the motion to concur and adopt this joint committee report number 7 for approval until the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules number 7.
Move with the Honorable Majority Floor Leader to concur the committee report as being stated. Motion approved.
And we schedule this ordinance for the second reading next week on the regular session on February 24.
February
The ordinance
24.
of Honorable Lord Principes will be issued on second reading for deliberation on our next regular session.
So on February 24,
This should be part of the agenda for second
this
reading.
will form part of the agenda for second reading. Noted.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. We proceed to number 9, calendar of business. Please proceed to little B, business for second reading, the two ordinances of Barangay Katanman. I think this the revision for this is already more than academic because we are holding this in abeyance because the two ordinances will be returned to the barangay for the conduct public hearing and party study on the